guys, it's Zoe again, and today I'm going to do a bookshelf tour. I've never done a bookshelf tour before, so I'm at this kind of angle right now, just because you can see my whole bookshelf, and then up there is a shelf nailed into the wall. So let's get started. I don't want this to be too long. So we are starting at the top of the bookshelf. So at the top we have a little lantern in the way. It's alphabetized. So we have from A to C-ish area. There's the Darkest Minds right there. Oh my god, I just finished it. Over here I have a little book stopper and then like a box with like a memory box and some little book things and a mask from 6th grade and a Z because my name is Zoe. Next row, let's back up. We got Perks of Being a Wallflower. That's great. I don't know really how to do this, so maybe I'll go through a few books. So this is Chbosky to Leviathan, and then I have a couple candles. So I have City of Ashes, but my friend's borrowing City of Bones. And then I have the two last books in the Hunger Games series. I have the first book in Matched, and then I have a bunch of poems by E.E. Cummings that I really like. The Scorched Trials, the first book I have is an ebook. This is Ellen DeGeneres' one of her memoirs. Charles Dickens' Great Expectations, A Northern Light, I've never read that. The Virgin Suicides, Crescendo, and then up here is Hush Hush because I'm lending that to a friend too. Silence is the third book. If I Stay by Gail Forman, The Hunt, Unbreakable, this is like John Green section, and then Fault in Our Stars is not there because I am lending that to a friend as well. Then I have Lord of the Flies, which I love. A Raisin in the Sun, I Was Jane Austen's Best Friend, The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, I have yet to read that. The Odyssey, Juliet Immortal, that's like a take on, what is that book called? Romeo and Juliet? Yep. Then we have The Madness Underneath, the second book in the Shades of London series. Then The Band Never Dances. I never read that. I got it for like $1 at Powell's bookstore. I'm wearing that shirt right now. Monument 14. Still have not read that. And then just a little book of like a bunch of classics. And then How They Met and Other Stories by David Levithan. I have yet to read that. Right. So, third shelf. Let's overview this shelf. Yeah, there we go. Here I have two bobbleheads, Buster Posey and Cody Ross, even though Cody Ross is not on the Giants anymore. But yeah, free bobblehead day. And then on Cody Ross's head is the Hectic Glow wristband from the Fault in Our Stars audiobook written by John Green thing that came in the package. And then Buster Posey's holding The Book Was Better pin that I got for Christmas. Okay, we'll move you guys over though. I have the I'm Number 4 series. I don't have the most recent one. I haven't gotten that yet. The Giver. Then there's a bunch of space because Shatter Me is supposed to go there, but I'm lending that also to a friend. Unravel Me, and a little play, Bumped, two Vampire Academy books. I never got around to getting the rest of the series. Then Cinder, which I've yet to read. The Host, which is one of my favorite books. Then New Moon and Breaking Dawn. I gave my Eclipse away, and then I never had New Moon to begin with because I usually don't buy the first book in a series. And then over here I have a picture of me and my friend. What are we doing? We are in a mud pit. Yeah, that's great. And then I have a bunch of InStyle magazines, and then The Host. Two of the Host, us, like insiders look. Like I got one and then my mom ended up getting me one, so I just have two now. Next row, we have a bunch of movies. Got Pride and Prejudice, Notebook, Good Will Hunting, Date Night, The Mentalist, and Pretty in Pink, some of the favorites. And then more InStyle magazines. And then over here, we have most of the books that I don't like. That ends right here. This is the start of books that they don't look that pretty, so they're not in alphabetical order, which is really hard for me to do because I'm kind of OCD about that. But yeah, these are books that I'm not that crazy about, so I'm not really going to go into that. But over here, I have Later Gator, this book I read in like 6th grade. Time Traveler's Wife, 1984. This is like James Patterson-ish. The Confessions of a Murder Suspect, Saving the World, and Other Extreme Sports, which is like the third book in the Maximum Ride series, and Witch and Wizard, the first book in the Witch and Wizard series, I guess. And then Ariel by Sylvia Plath, which is the last like kind of compilation of poetry she was writing when she died. All right, second to last shelf is just basically a bunch of notebooks, and then I have like a Wreck This journal and like a couple little like writing in books, and then like one of those reader recommend books and knitting and money book that my dad gave me in a piggy bank, and then a yearbook, and then I have like spring training little things, and then these are all the programs from plays that I've gone to and more of what those call journals. Yep, so that's that shelf. Last shelf is kind of a mess. It's usually covered by things, so people don't usually see it, but it's more notebooks, older yearbooks, little children's books. Sorry if you couldn't see that. Little children's books that I did not want to give away, and then like a bunch of CDs back there, and then a couple piggy banks. It's just kind of a mess, and this is all bandanas. The side of my bookshelf, or well, the whole thing, is different Shakespeare quotes. This is actually from IKEA, and I thought it was really cool when I saw it, and my family's really big in Shakespeare. My mom teaches Shakespeare, and my dad, like, it's a hobby, so family's kind of Shakespeare oriented, so I thought it was really cool to get a Shakespeare bookshelf. So, can't really get the whole thing in the picture. But yeah, that is my bookshelf. Okay, that is what I'm going to attempt to get up to and show you. Alright, so up here, don't know if you can get a full view. Okay, these are, I only have the 2 last books in the Percy Jackson series, which really depresses me. I really just want a full series to look at because it's really pretty. And then I only have the 3rd book in the, what is that called? Heroes of Olympus series. Then we have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I've yet to read that. Then Under the Never Sky by Veronica Rossi. Still have not read that. Then I have the 1st and last book from the Harry Potter series. Kind of need to fill in between. Then I have Divergent and Insurgent, and then Allegiant is next to my bed right now, so that's why it's not there, because I'm still reading it. Then we got The Forest of Hands and Teeth. Have not read that, but in my New Year's resolution I said I really wanted to. Then The Beginning of Everything, which I also put in my New Year's resolution video. And then here's some classics. So like if you notice, which you probably don't, but Salinger is S.A. and Schneider is S.C., so these should be switched alphabetically, but these are kind of a bunch of classics that I had to read for school, so I wanted to keep those kind of together, not separated by this big, gigantic yellow book. So there's Catcher in the Rye, Romeo and Juliet, Twelfth Night, and Frankenstein, and then we jump over to Sarah Shepard with like the 4th book in the Pretty Little Liars series, Killer, and then The Lion Game. The first 2 books in Vampire Diaries series, 3 John Green books, no, just kidding, 5, there's 2 over there. And then the first book in the Born Wicked series, When You Reach Me, I read that a really long time ago. The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, then Ned Vizzini, I think his name is, memoir, Teen Angst. And the Boxcar Children from like kindergarten, Uglies by Scott Westerfield, and then When Things Come Back, or Where Things Come Back. Obviously, I've not read that book. But yeah, that is up on this top bookshelf. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope that wasn't too long. I usually hate it when bookshelf tours take like 15 minutes. So that was a short, sweet, to the point bookshelf tour. I hope you guys enjoyed. I am Zoe. This is Stick by the Books. Comment, like, subscribe, do what you gotta do. I will see you next week, maybe? We shall see.